Welcome. I am your host, Tone Deaf Dakota, and this is the Tone Deaf Dakota show where we talk about gear and I explain about electronics and gear and get real technical with you. So let's just get real technical real quick about one particular subject. We're going to make this real quick. Is a gaming computer, or maybe I should say, is a gaming handheld computer worth you using as your musical device? Quick answer, yes. Only one caveat that you need to understand. If you want to have desktop applications, desktop quality applications on the go, then yes. This is a simple thing. Yes. If you don't need desktop quality applications, then it could be a no. It depends on, what you're doing. But let's just get to it real quick. So I have here the Lenovo Legion Go. Right? Let's start off with the good things first, right? Lenovo Legion Go is great. I'm able to USB a mouse to it, right? Because even though it's touchscreen, it's just sometimes with my big fingers, I can't do everything, right? Also, I have this hub here, right? And it basically gives me HDMI, and then it gives me a power spot, and then it gives me other things I connect to it. I can actually connect my SP404 to it right here. So is it worth having? That answer is yes, an astounding yes, right? It's definitely worth having. Is it worth it if you have other computers? No. If you have a laptop, this is going to crush that. Especially if you have a decent laptop, like a Mac. Let's say you got a Mac, an M1, and M1's going to crush this. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to desktop applications, especially for musicians. Desktop applications for musicians on a Mac, especially even an M1, even though they're about to go to M4 or whatever they're about to go to. Yeah, those are going to be faster, better for you. Now, I have an iPad, right? 10th generation. I'm using Koala on this. Koala is a great program. It is not a desktop quality program. Even though you can get it on the desktop, but you're only going to be able to get it on the Mac desktop. Now, on the Mac desktop, I feel like it kind of loses its potency because the whole point is the touch, is the touch sensitivity, the touch. That's the reason why it's on the tablet, right? But just to be straight up with you, this can definitely do everything you want to do. You want to run Fruity Loops? Go, cool. You want to run Ableton on the go? Cool. If you attach what's called a USB-C dock to this thing, yeah, then you really can do some damage. Because with the dock, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be HDMI, which means you can get a bigger screen. You can attach a USB hub to it, right? And then you can end up having a keyboard, mouse, right? Hopefully there's more than one USB port. And if there is, guess what? Now you got an audio interface. Bam, it's over. Can you attach an audio interface directly to this? Yes. If it's a USB-C one, yes. Only to this Lenovo Legion Go, I'm going to say yes to. I don't know about other ones, but the point of this whole discussion is it even worth it? Now let's talk about the downsides, right? Downside number one, you're going to have to carry something like this around. Whether your hands are big or small, I really don't care. You're going to be carrying one of these around because here's the thing. On the Lenovo Legion Go, and I'm basing all of this off of the Lenovo Legion Go, for the mere fact that even though you have joysticks, right? See that? Got this joystick here, and you got these buttons up here, and you got some more buttons up here. You can't use those, and there's no mouse mode on this particular one that allows you to use that. I've heard that on other ones you can do a mouse mode with the joystick. Now on the Lenovo Legion Go, there's this black. Let's see if I can get this in the. Yeah, there it is. See that black? Oop, right there it is. Okay, there it is. See that black square? Right? That black square allows you to do things like it's actually a mouse pad, that black square. And to be honest with you, it works. It works. You can't, I don't know what button you're supposed to be touching to click things on, but it's, I don't know. You know what I mean? I couldn't, like, you can double tap on certain things and, it'll work. But yeah, it's this thing's having a hard time. I mean, using that as a mouse is too much. Like when you could just, because maybe this is the thing about being an older person, because let's just be honest, right? I've been in computers since the 80s, right? So the first thing I think of when I think of computers is keyboard and mouse, right? Not saying that touchscreen ain't the future or it ain't a thing. The thing is that that's just where I'm naturally going to, right? So with the touch screen, you could do a lot, right? You can bring up Fruity Loops in the touch mode and get busy. I mean, there's a lot you can do on this. But again, one of the things that you really, really have to do is limit how, you know what I mean? Because look at this dongle. This is a dongle, man. Like, you got to carry that type of thing around with you. You're going to be carrying the mouse. You're going to be carrying an interface with you. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? That's the reason why someone who has like an iPad with just a simple pencil might be doing more dangerous things than you. You know what I mean? Especially with this. Now, if you're a gamer and you game and you do music, oh, this is going to be crazy. You're going to love this thing. You know what I mean? Having a handheld gaming PC so that you can go into your PC games or go into some emulation or whatever and all that type of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something you're going to want to do. Right now, I have Fruity Loops on this thing with my Alturas V collection on it. And because I have the Alturas V collection, I also have I have the SP right here, but also over there, I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you another time, but I got an MP, right? I got an MPC Live. I'm able to carry this, an MPC Live, this thing here, and let's say an interface. And the only reason why I'm carrying an interface is because I'll literally put the interface onto this and control this from my MPC. And now I got more sounds. I got more keyboards. I got more blah, 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 blah. Yay. But again, you're carrying more stuff. The whole point of picking something up and going with it is to go with that thing by itself. In other words, I'm using this tablet, right? With this tablet and Koala and this pencil, I'm Gucci. The whole thing. Now, I can use my finger, but there's certain stuff, I just feel a little bit braver with this. It ain't no real big deal, but, it's a thing for me. But for you might be cool with just your finger. I'm probably going to buy a magic pencil. You know what I mean? The Apple Pencil, and just, have it on here and just do what I got to do. Cause I don't want to go through a bunch of crap. I don't like to go through crap. So is the Lenovo Legion Go worth having as a musician? And I'm going to rechange that to, is a gaming handheld worth having as a musician? That answer is yes, as long as you need desktop level of applications. Like, for instance, RipX DAW. If you have RipX DAW and you want to be able to carry that around with you, and you want to be able to like, because literally I'm able to like Wi-Fi this to my phone, go into TrackLib, download what I need to download, handle my business, going about my business. You feel what I'm saying? It's so quick. It's quick. It's easy. It's all there for me. Right? And I can bring up Fruity Loops. I can do whatever I want to do. But let's say I don't want to bring up Fruity Loops. Let's say I want to bring up RipX DAW. RipX DAW is one of the best stem separators out there. Right now, as far as the application goes, it does more stem separation as of today. The making of this video, it does more stem separations than most of the applications, because most applications either do 3 things or 4, right? It might be like vocal, bass, drums, and other, right? That's what Fruity Loops got going on. That's the same thing as virtual DJ, what's that? Koala, and what's the other one? Pro MPC, and Fruity Loops, right? Oh, and Serato. They all have stem separation, right? So stem separation is nothing new. It's nothing major, right? We've gotten to a point where almost everything has stem separation, but RipX has a better one. Why? Well, because it can separate guitar and piano from violin. That ought to be enough for you to want to go buy it, just that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, is it worth the amount of money you're going to pay? Because I think it's like the whole thing is like $3.99. I think it's worth it because you can literally you could take that while you're in the application itself, transpose it to a higher. You could change the note, you could change the tempo, you can stretch it, you could do all. It's too much you could do in RipX. So as an application, having that on the go inside of something like this, oh yeah, dope. Why wouldn't you want to have it on the go? You definitely want to have this on the go. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing about the Lenovo Legion Go. Like I said, number one thing that you're not going to want to do is you're not able to use the joysticks, right? So, because you can't use the joysticks, you can take the joysticks off. Right? And there's a little button underneath here. If I switch it, boom. And now I'm using this as my mouse, and I can do this. It's like a Wii thing now. Now it becomes a Wii. It's like a portable Wii thing. And it's dope, but it's kind of convoluted depending on how you look at it. Because you can accomplish the same thing with a mouse, but at the same time, this just does not feel good. I'm sorry, Lenovo. I love you guys, but this just doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there using it. I'm pretty sure there is. There's somebody out there using all of this, and I think it's great. And look, now it becomes a tablet. It has its own kickstand, so you don't have to worry about having a kickstand on it. And if you can sit this down into a dock, and that's the thing, now you're traveling with a dock. Oh my God! See, look, you're traveling with a dock. You got all these extra wires. You got all this. Why do all of that when you could just do this? iPad, right? iPad, cheapy, pencil. I'm just keeping it real with you. You know what I mean? And I got gear. I got a bunch of crap. You know what I'm saying? So as a person with gear, I'm trying to explain to you that this is definitely something worth having, but you ain't going to use it all the time unless you are a gamer and a musician. Then it's worth it. But if you ain't a gamer and musician, then you ain't going to use it all the time. If you got other stuff, you're not going to use it all the time. Are you going to, now, if you're the type of person who, let's say you say, all right, well, look, this is going to be my first computer and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. I can dig it. You know what I mean? Like if this is your first computer and you're going to okay, I'm going to game, I'm going to produce music, and I'm going to record. Yeah, you could do all of that. You feel what I'm saying? all on one little machine. You get yourself a dock. So when you come home, you put it in the dock. As soon as it's in the dock, now you can put it to a screen. You know what I mean? HDMI straight to a screen. Then you can also do like what's that other thing? You can attach USB cables, get some extra. You can put a hub. Now you got a mouse and keyboard. And once as long as you have at least 2 USB port, you put the hub on one and you put an actual, what is that? An actual audio interface on the other, and then you use like a like you say you want an extra hard drive or something, you got more sounds or whatever, you want to put a hard drive on there, yeah, you could do that. You know what I mean? It's all gravy. You can definitely do that. This thing though I think this thing can hold 2 hard drives. If I'm not mistaken, this thing can hold 2 hard drives. But here's the thing. I got the 512 version, right? 512 gigabyte version. But peep this, right? You can upgrade that. That's another thing. This is where this really shines at, right? As far as a device that you can carry on the go, you can upgrade the hard drive. So if you need to get like a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, you could do that. Let's say you want to, you can also, there's a slot. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, there we go. You see that little line right there? That right there? That's an SD card slot, right? I put a terabyte in there. So I literally got 512 on the main drive and then a terabyte. And you know what's on that terabyte? All my games. That's where my games are at, right? And I'm able to play my games. Everything works fine. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with this thing. And like I said, if you need desktop level applications on the go, this is a great piece. And you know what? Can I really be real with you? Now that we're in a different era, right? When I was coming up, right, in this music game, one of the things that we did is we all had crack software. Let's just keep it real, right? So since about 2000 and I guess 15, I've been trying to get rid of crack software out of my life, right? And I finally got to a point where the majority of things I have are not cracked. Right? I bought a good copy of Fruity Loops, right? I'm like the one level before you get to the top level. I have Ableton. I have intro on Ableton. Right. By the way, you can literally be rocking Ableton with this on the go. No problem. Yeah. Wow. Oh man, especially if you got like the Ableton Move, and you got the Ableton Move and this running full version of Ableton. Oh yeah, man. Why not? But anyway, also like you could do so much now that we're not in that crack era where everybody's got crack. The one thing that was really crazy back during the crack era, and I mean the application crack, not out there 80s style hitting the vein. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hacked programs, right? Now that we're not in the hacked programs no more, and there's still there's more free stuff that's really good. The prices done came down. I remember when Waves was like $20,000. You know what I mean? Waves at one point in time was $20,000. Waves Mercury was $20,000. Now it's like $2,000 and some change. Not saying that $2,000 is cheap. I'm just saying that from 20,000 to $2,000, bro, that's a significant drop. But anyway, now that we're in this era where software manufacturers who are making this software understand that the public is not trying to, you get more money by allowing the public to get in what they call now the prosumer market, right? And with that prosumer market, you can sell more product, drop the price, sell more product, get more out the door. Because at the end of the day, software is just ones and zeros. It is, even though we used to have CDs and cassettes and, floppy disk and all this other stuff, we're not doing none of that anymore. The stuff sits on a hard drive somewhere out in the internet and people download it and they use it. That's it. That's the majority of it. And since that's the majority of it, things like this, bro, this thing shines. It does. You know what I mean? But you still have to limit your idea. You're going to have to get one of these. You know what I mean? You're probably going to have to upgrade the hard drive in here, especially if you buy the 512. I'm not sure if you can upgrade the RAM. You know what I mean? But let's say you can. That's a great thing. That's the thing that the tablet you can't do, because when you buy this tablet, I got a 256 iPad. This thing, it is what it is. It's not going to go any further than what it is. So, yeah, this can be upgraded, right? But it's only going to be upgraded so far. You can put another drive in there. You can probably get a 2 terabyte in there. You know what I mean? A 2 terabyte SSD, because that's what it's running on. Everything on this thing is running on SSD. So yeah, you can get an SSD. You can put another 1 or 2 terabyte SD card into it. Now you got space. Now you got four terabytes. That's 4 terabytes right there. If you got a 2 terabyte internal drive and a 2 terabyte SD card, that's 4 terabytes. That's a lot of on the road stuff. So is this good for you as a music computer? Yes. Is this good for you if you have other stuff? It can be. You're not going to, because see, the thing about people that have other stuff, they're not going to actually put the time investment that you need to make this thing work. You're not really going to do that. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. You're not going to make that time investment to make this a thing that's the thing. And since that's the case, yeah, I would say if you have other stuff and you don't need application type, you don't need desktop application type applications, and you're fine with an iPad, go with the iPad. Go with the iPad. If you need a full computer that can do it all on the go and you're willing to carry other things, yes, this is a go. Yes. Because you literally a keyboard, you can, because this got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth a keyboard to it. You can get, like I said, you get one of these hubs. You don't even need, because here's the thing, right? Let's see if I can, you see that hole right there? Do you see that hole right above right underneath the yellow ring? That is a headphone jack. With the 10th generation iPad, you do not get a headphone jack. Let's make sure we understand. This is very sophisticated, upgraded. But this thing right here gives you a headphone jack, which is the reasons why I was walking around with it with my MPC, Live, and I was just taking a 1/8 to 1/4 inch, going right into the MPC and just sampling direct. Didn't have to do anything else. Didn't have to transfer files. No USB from the MPC onto it, even though you can. Right? I can even set this up to control different, other stuff inside it. I can set the MPC to control other stuff inside of here. It's so many things you can do. You can skin that cat in so many different ways. But just to be honest with you, is it worth it? And that answer is an astounding no, because it takes too much stuff that you have to carry with you. Now, let's say you don't have the Lenovo Legion Go and you're not messing with things like this, right? These little pieces, right? And if you're not messing with this, that's a good thing. That's a 100% good thing. There are other handhelds that will allow you to use the joystick as a mouse. Once you got joystick as mouse, it's over. It's over. Because I don't see no reason. Because then you can really sit down and just kind of you can be walking around with this in Fruity Loops full Fruity Loops, on the go, in your headphones, walking around, making beats, doing your thing, keeping it real. Oh my God, it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. I'm back. I know it's been a while. I'm attempting to do this full time. I know it's been some while, but hey, I got more videos for you. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Wadu and peace.